Hello and good evening, travelers. Welcome back to episode 41, which is Belly of the Beast Act 2. It's going to be picking up right where we last left off. And before we do, we're going to have a little bit of a recap and go over some of the things that you guys may know are a little bit different about the channel. We just recently had our rebranding, as it is now the first of the year. So, welcome to 2021. This is our first, I believe, our first game of the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hopefully, however this game goes is a indicator of how the rest of the year will go.
Well, don't say that. Also, is this stalling for Justin to get here?
Yes, 100% it is. This may or may not be an extremely important episode for Justin or something.
Yeah,
for some reason or another. I may not have, spent a lot of time today doing stuff. Doing all the DM stuff.
I can be Justin.
Run a teeny bit late.
However, on our last episode, who wants to go ahead and take the first crack at what happened?
It was a short one, wasn't it? It was only like...
About the same as what normally is, 2 hours.
Oh, it felt short because it was a party split.
Yes. It always feels shorter when you don't get a lot of playtime.
Total party split for most of the episode.
Yeah.
Not all of it, but most of it.
Also, yeah, our chat's not working. Well, on Twitch, chat's working. OBS chat's not working, so we can't really see very well what's going on. So if we...
Thank you, Matches, for your 20-month subscription. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you got it on your phone?
Yeah, I saw it.
All right.
We're watching you all.
Chad, why don't you go ahead and give us a good brief rundown of what happened last game.
So, for Kaz, he ended up meeting the queen.
As last person, or the last part of the episode, yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to do it like character to character, because since it was a total party split,
Okay.
the events, like the timeline doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter in this one. But Kaz met the queen. Seemed like a demon or a devil, I think is how you described it.
She definitely seemed like she had some infernal.
Yeah. Jezebel convinced the I forgot his name, Talik, to side with the giants.
Yes.
And that's when they met up, her and Talik and one other crab person. I don't know the actual broodling, I guess, is their race.
Fallner.
And met up with Fallner, who I just found out that he is the legitimate son of, or a son of...
Not son, but...
Descendant?
Descendant.
Descendant. Oh, well, they kept on calling him the son of
yeah.
Anam or whatever. Or I can't remember what the giant's name is right off the top of my head. But he's very important to them. He's a tide speaker, and it could definitely tip the balance in their favor in protecting the Leviathan that we're inside of.
Correct. Which is what they want to do.
Yes, which sounds like the good and correct thing to do, because there are runes that are very magic that they're protecting. That could give this demon, devil, whatever she or they are, complete control over the ocean, it sounds like, was what they said. And while that was all going on, Lavender got sent to the Feywild and met up with Mothon. Thank God he was around, because that would have been a clusterfuck for Lavender. Just kind of...
You saying you don't want to spend your entire time as a giant mushroom?
Well, not that.
I forgot you're an archfey now.
Well, that was never said.
That was never said.
It's canon.
But you guys are definitely insinuating it.
Yes. I was not. Just so the chat knows, I was not.
Do you think you're an archfey?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think I'm an archfey. But he got turned into a mushroom, which then led him to being transported to the Feywild, or pulled to the Feywild. I'm not entirely sure why. It wasn't really explained why, but I ended up there. Luckily, Mothon, somebody that he knew, a Warforged that he knew, didn't know what it was. I don't think he technically still knows what a Warforged is, but he knows Mothon, and that's all he really knows. And that's one of two people he knew in the Feywild. Luckily, they're around, who eventually turned him into I guess the only real way he could describe it, he said I was a failing,
Failing, correct.
but it does it resembles archfays from the description that you gave. Between giving life, like literally, there were moths that were kind of popped up out of nowhere, you know, and plant life and that kind of thing when he got turned into that. So we'll see what that entails.
All right.
I don't think I'm an archfey.
Well, I think that is a good enough of a recap. So thank you very much there, Chad.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get some things started off here real quick. So, roll to save, Traveler. This is a death attack.
He said it.
Oh.
And we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with
I like the-
that is where the insert epic intro would have went.
Yeah, we still need to get that bald eagle flying in, explosions.
Fight me.
Yeah.
And we're going to pick up right where we actually left off, within the throne room, in the center of this iron citadel, within the beating heart of this massive primordial leviathan that has occupied the oceans of Theramine for most likely the dawn of existence. And there we have Kaz, or as the queen just said, Coraphane.
I'm sorry. How do you know that name?
You notice that she gets up off of the crab. You watch as it starts to lower its legs. She stands up and you see her begin to walk down the top of the crab onto one of the crab arms as it lowers and touches the floor. You see her place her bare feet down onto the ground, only wearing what looks to be a sheer dress, completely visible all the way through. As her amber-like eyes stare at you, you can see the clear infernal markings, signs of corruption on her skin. You see her nails are clawed and wicked. She begins to circle, strafe around you and your group, almost eyeing everyone up, trying to get a good disposition of everybody. She remains silent until she finally begins to speak. I'm not surprised that you are unaware of who I am. After all, I have been away for some time. But I know many things about you. I know many things about your entire group.
Do you mean that, the strangers?
You see, some of your party members, they have a little knack for making deals. And when you make a deal with the devil, sometimes gossip spreads.
I'm sorry, I guess I'm not too knowledgeable of what the companions do on their off time, so,
Why don't we leave ourselves unconcerned with what they do, and we can more discuss how we can help each other. Since I know your name, I'll formally introduce myself. I am Queen Dretha Nightsong.
it's a rather pretty name.
For a rather pretty queen.
Well, don't sell yourself short. Beautiful's more like it.
Flattery will get you everywhere. But where it won't get you is a Zeltivado. And I'm sure you're dying to get inside, or at least I know Eliaphel would be. How are his memories running through your mind?
I'd say it's taken some adjustment.
A rival of mine. He was a rival for some time. And as much as I loathed him, he knew how to rule. To a degree. But it was his heart that inevitably got him killed. And I am not trying to be ironic with the wording.
Yes.
His son, Selamor, he sits upon an usurped throne within a Zeltivado now.
You mean he's alive?
Oh, indeed, he is. You notice that she starts to make her way and walk towards you. Mox tightens their grip around their weapon. There's no need for violence. I promise. I'm not a threat, unless you make me one. Now, do you want to hear me out?
I'm going to slowly, gently place my hand on Mox's handle of her sword, or their sword, sorry. And
You notice that Mox lets up, drops their hand. All right then, go on, out with it. Good. I'm glad that we can all be reasonable here. You see, Selamor took a Zeltivado, buried it beneath the depths of the sea, and along with the city, several mythalars. Are you aware of what they are?
yes, very aware of what they are.
Well, if you know what a mythalar is, then you know that the city, well, it contained 5 major mythalars. That's enough power to keep that city shielded beneath the depths of the ocean for eons. And Selamor has been living quite comfortably, feeding off the mana beneath the depths, and I'm sure he's already twisted the civilians of that city to his corrupt rule. Now, as much as I would like to go there myself and get rid of him, the city is quite shielded from teleportation and plane walking. So, he's got me there. But this beast, this primordial, if we were to harness its power, then I could raise the city from the depths. This beast has great control over the oceans. And even those 5 mythalars would not be able to stop the magic of an ancient primordial. The only problem is this creature is quite guarded and protected by the giants that reside within this beast. Nasty little parasites they are. Brought all their little broodlings with them too for snacks. Thankfully, I freed them. They now reside under my command. The King Rhinebeard Quite an interesting fellow he is. You see, he has a very dark secret. He came to this beast for refuge during a rather troubling time for the giant kind. Except he wasn't here to seek refuge because of draconic forces. No, he was seeking refuge from his own kind. You see, he stole a very powerful artifact that was not meant for his hands. It's meant for another. So he's been hiding here ever since. Unbeknownst to him, his little ruse to steal it and run away did him nothing, as he can't wield it without a tide speaker.
What's this artifact you speak of?
Oh, some weapon the giants think that they can use to defeat the dragons and restore Estonia to its proper form. Blah, 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 blah. My big weapon swings hard.
Well, lucky for you. I don't think we're quite on the right foot with the giants. We were attacked as soon as we landed.
Well, of course. They are slowly dying out. And most of them don't even realize their own king is feeding off of this beast. You see, he's keeping it alive just enough to where it's docile. This beast has ran the same route beneath the depths for some time. I was able to coerce some of these broodlings to revolt against them. Their lifespan isn't long enough to remember the time they were imprisoned by the giants and only used as nourishment. I don't know why, but for some reason this beast was called to the surface of the water. I'm assuming that's how all of you came in here.
Yes, it's a little fuzzy. I'm not entirely too sure how it all happened. But we were swallowed whole.
Maybe King Rhinebeard is responsible. After all, he can control the beast. I need him dead before I can reap the powers that this entity can provide.
So, we killed this king, and you get us out of here?
Yes, and if you wish, you can join me in my siege of Azeltivado. I wish to take back a throne that has been misruled for a very long time. After all, if you do have Eliaphel's memories in your head, you know how proud us Sun Elves are. She looks towards her clawed hand and touches the scaled horns on the side of her face. You know exactly how far we are willing to go.
Can I recall the name?
Of her? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely can recall the name. Dretha Nightsong. It's a very powerful memory within your mind. You know that Eliaphel had a very strange rivalry with Dretha. Not only did he compete with her over political ruling, but he also had feelings for her. But he was never able to fully trust her.
And I walk closer to the queen. And just leave my party side.
You notice as you do, a few of the broodlings, and these two very large bipedal crabs stand up. They actually, if you were to imagine, they look almost more like how the street sharks look, except with a crab head and these large, massive pincer-like hands. And they bipedal. They don't look like broodlings at all. They look like abomination hulks.
Okay.
They start to walk forward as her hands rise up. You notice the two figures lower their posture and remain still again.
So, part of me doesn't quite say trust you. Though, the other part does find forgotten love.
Alluring.
Well, you are beautiful, but flattering might not always get you everywhere you want. Fine. We'll kill your king. After that, we're set free.
I will have some of my broodlings escort you back to your ship. I had some scouts pull your wreckage out from the smoldering heaps within this beast's stomach. It's nestled in a nice chamber. Safe, I assure you. Perhaps you should reunite with your companions and discuss my offer. After all, from what my broodlings tell me, you're not the captain.
No, just quartermaster. Well, I do need to check on the ship. And you said it's in a chamber somewhere?
As she looks towards the broodlings and they start to move forward. You two, escort them to their ship. Hastily. Notice that they look towards you. Come, now!
So I leave. I want to get a really good look at the runes and just internalize them.
Okay.
And then
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
that is going to be a 15.
15? Mm-hmm. All right. You have a pretty good grasp of what you think the runes look like.
Alright. Now, let's go check on the ship.
You notice that Mox looks towards you. You all turn and begin following these broodlings. That is where we're going to move back over towards Lavender.
Hello. I'm here.
Lavender. What are you doing?
So, Montan just told me to lay down and go to sleep, and then I could go wherever I want. I've kind of been thinking about this. I don't really know where I know where the boat is, but I don't know where the boat is. So I don't even know if I could go back there.
How he described it was you just need to think of a location. So if you're thinking of a room, you will go to that room. Even if that
so I
room
will go to
moves.
that. Okay.
Yes.
So I guess I really want to go to Neve to figure that stuff out, but I'm going to go to the boat first.
You want to go to the boat?
Yeah. Basically to my room. Because I don't know where really anything else, like location. Like I can't go right back to where I.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you definitely can do that. So you concentrate. And as you do, eventually you begin to feel this haze, this fog come over you. And as it does, it's almost like drifting into a deep sleep. Before you finally go dark. As you open your eyes, you find yourself in your room on the ship. You hear footsteps coming from above deck. Actually sounds like Kaz and Mox having a conversation. It's loud enough. Do you want to go investigate?
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go look.
Okay. As you make your way up, Kaz, you have already been escorted back to the ship. As the broodlings leave, you notice Mox turns, and as soon as they're gone, we absolutely cannot trust them. At all.
Oh no, I thought we would just, go and raid a Zeltivana together and seize a throne and get married, have some demon spawn.
You're being sarcastic, right?
Maybe.
Cheeky bastard. Alright, well then how do you suppose we deal with this?
Well, of course, we play both sides and pick the side that's...
As soon as you're talking about this, you notice that up, coming from the steps, you see this figure emerging. You recognize it as Lavender. You can see his eyes, or almost imagine like having a good friend, but they're wearing prosthetics. Where you can tell it's them, but you can tell that they look off. That's kind of how Lavender looks. His forehead is a little bit more sloped. His hair is longer, more wavy. He still has his beard, but you notice there's strange twists and twirls within the beard that are unbiologically natural.
The ring actually worked. I'm kind of surprised. I'm just going to look at...
Yes, that Mox grabs their mace. Who's that?
Calm down. Lavender?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Oh, it's the weird one.
That is rude.
Did you eat something that you weren't supposed to eat?
No, I didn't. A lot has happened, Cass. I'm going to be honest with you.
No, you look hunky-dory. I don't quite understand what you're talking about.
I turned into a mushroom, and now I'm this. I went to the Feywild again. It's been a lot. Where are we at now? I'm still looking around.
So you intentionally went to the Feywild?
No, that was not intentional. Usually it's not intentional when I go there.
Okay, so one of the things we're going to do once we get time from the world ending, we're going to go to Neve, and we're going to try to... I mean, it doesn't look bad. You don't look bad. It's just... Are you okay with?
Yeah, so I don't remember. I don't think you were there. I have a friend who is in the Feywild.
I see Mox raise their hand, cast a spell. As soon as they cast a spell, you see them kind of get this visual, magical, like sigil, almost like appears within their front, the front of their face. And as soon as it does, what? You're a Fey?
See, that was what I was going to get to. Apparently, I'm a failing. That is what I was told. I don't know what that means.
Failing aren't real. That's a myth.
Yeah, tell that to my body right now.
I mean...
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, we're in a belly of a beast with a town inside of it. It's ran by an old ancient sun elf.
Wait, what?
A lot has happened since you've decided to get it done.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that. Yeah, that is fair.
Okay.
Both sides, you know. Is Fulner okay? Where's Fulner at?
I don't know where Fulner's at.
Well, he met up with the giant. I don't know what happened after that, but he might be in trouble. I don't know.
Okay, so let's find a room and have a discussion, because I feel like a lot has happened in the span of hours.
Maybe we should just wait for the rest of the group to get back.
Well, they don't know where the boat. Where do they know the boat is here?
I don't think they do. They might be dead.
All right. Well, we'll give it a few hours. If they're not back, then we'll go out as a search party.
All right.
Supposed to be in charge of making sure none of you died. At least that's what Maxim wanted, but...
Well, what does Maxim really want? I'm kind of curious.
To be quite fair, the whole political shit, I don't really care about. you being criminals, also don't really give a shit about.
Okay.
What I do care about is the situation that's brewing within our continent. We've got several nations that are at each other's throats. We've already got a few small skirmishes. The war in the north will be in complete blaze within the next few months. And it's eventually going to make its way south. And that's when innocent people start dying. So people start losing their families, their homes. More and more, everyone has to push to the war machine. Give and give and give and give. I'd rather not get to that point.
Well, that's great, because, well, you and I kind of want the same thing. See, I was originally set on a particular, I guess, quest, you could say, to prevent some racist tieflings from taking over Avondale. To prevent another war. To prevent, well, my grandmother from coming up from the Underdark and, well, seizing the surface world for a third time.
Your grandmother?
Yes, apparently I'm related to some sort of vicious...
Matron Vicious?
I guess everybody knows my grandma besides me, so...
They're the second strongest house in the Underdark.
Well, isn't that great?
She has one of the largest military forces. She was the only reason why they even didn't get completely obliterated in the last surface war.
You got somebody scary coming after you too?
It's my grandma.
That's a very scary grandma.
Well, I mean, vicious. I mean,
Usually they don't name people that for no reason.
I don't...
Is your last name Vicious? Are you Cass Vicious?
No. I don't know much about my culture. I don't know much about my people. My mother and father ran away from it, so
I'll tell you. We learn a lot about it in the War College. In fact, it is our duty to research at least the last 5 previous wars. The Surface Wars being one of them. You see, the Drow, at a very young age. Of course, this is based off of sex. Females are prized within their society. Matrons are the ones that lead everything. They also are devout worshippers of Lolth. Those the most prestige become, well, clerics. Priestess. Worse. Disgusting mockery of a paladin. The males, they have it much worse. You see, if they don't come from a noble house, they're castrated at birth. If they do come from a noble house, they get to keep their fruit, at least until they're old enough to decide if they're going to marry them off. If they show any prowess of being a fighter, then they will go off to a school to become a foot soldier. If they're lucky, they'll have some sort of magical capability, in which then they will be able to attend the Sorcerer's Academy. Oh, and that's right. The moment you get to attend school, and I believe, sorry if I'm inaccurate with your elven years, but it'd be equivalent to a human being around 10, 11 years old. They indoctrinate you. They beat any compassion or love or affection out of you. It's deemed a weakness in their eyes. It's deemed a weakness in Lolth's eyes. Malice, trickery, hatred. That's what the drow praise. This teaching will go on where their holy rhetoric will be screamed at you until it is the only thing you know. And worse of yet, the amount of hatred and anger they have for their cousins of the surface elves, thinking they're responsible for their banishment to the Underdark. Of course, these are all lies. I myself am educated enough, thankfully, to know that that's not what makes a drow a drow. You're not born like that. Unfortunately, your people have been subjugated against their will and brainwashed.
So I hear. Well, thank you on the history lesson.
We're saying it more for this one. I've heard him talking about how he's uneducated in many matters.
Well, not that that really matters, because I know Kaz, he's not like that.
Wasn't for you to trust Cass. It was for you to know what you need to do in case you encounter a drow that's not from the surface.
You can't all be like that, can they?
I'm sure that there are some that live in fear and isolation within the Underdark, but I can't imagine many would be able to escape that life if born into it. So, you a product of the Surface Treaty, or were you a product of your lineage escaping?
All I know is that my mother and father ran away during the war. Apparently, I come from a noble house. And they sheltered me from many things of their past. My father, there wasn't much compassion there, as you so thoughtfully explained it. It was pretty much beaten out of him.
Well,
Though, I know love was there, though. The way he looked at my mother and looked at me. But even though they ran away, they didn't last long. Aronian officials came and took them away. And they slapped us on my hand and, well, I became a dark elf.
I came from a family who has done this. Training, fighting, the Blessed Three. My mother and father were always devout. They both perished. Surface attack, drought. Took me many years to not hate your kind. They were many years wasted. So, you ever need any help from me, Kaz? Glad to help you.
Same towards you, Max. hopefully the crew gets here soon, because I don't know how much more baggage I can dredge up from that pass.
That being said, with a little bit of heartfelt sentiment being shared amongst the individuals upon the ship, we move ourselves back over to Fulner and Jezebel. Now, Fulner, what were you planning on doing?
What were we last doing?
Well, you had just got done speaking with King Rhinebeard, explained to you about this queen attempting to kill the beast, kill their home, and needed you to dispatch her.
And then I met with Jezebel, and then we were going back to the king. Right?
Yeah?
Right. So we're heading back to the king.
All right. Doesn't take you very long, and you make your way back into that small, or not small to you all, small to giants though. Small circle. Giants. Huddled together, waiting for what their next move will be. King Rhinebeard sees you enter in, along with Jezebel.
Where's Talek?
Talek's with you.
Okay.
You have returned.
I have. This is Captain Jezebel Savant. She's an ally, and she has managed to bring over some of the brewlings.
Just the one. This is my friend right there. That's Talek. Talek. Yeah.
And these broodlings pledged to fight for Clan Wildheart.
They do? What can you tell us about the Queen?
Puny Elven. At least, she was. Not anymore. Now she's something worse. Something more foul. And I quite don't like her face anymore. I wish it to be removed and placed on my wall.
It's gonna be small to cool.
Do you know what she is now? If she's no longer elf?
Infernal wretch.
Yeah.
Deals with demons and devils. Pa!
Right. Well,
Stop looking at me like that.
do you know how many she has under her banner, so to speak?
Thousands.
Thousands.
Is that accurate, Talek?
Talek looks towards you. Yes.
Thanks. So, what do I call it, Your Highness?
King Ronbeard.
All right, so Your Highness, I don't know if you're aware, but this queen has been telling her people that you're all causing this beast that you're living in to die. So they need to kill you. Is the general consensus.
Of course the wretch would lie.
Why?
To get rid of us, so that she may kill this beast.
Why would she want to kill it?
Because this primordial possesses great power. Runes embedded within the very skin of the beast. these runes allow it to control, to manipulate the ocean itself.
So why would she want it dead then?
She needs control of the waves, the tide.
Oh, so it's like if it dies, she can like suck the life force out of it or something.
I do not know her demon magic,
Oh.
but I offer you gifts to defeat this wretch.
As he brings over, he has what looks like a large belt in his hand.
From my son, who fell in battle, swarmed by thousands of broodlings. Now for you, Clan Wildheart.
Oh, well, thank you. It's probably massive, right?
He sets it down on the ground.
I'm sure I'll grow into that, but
The magic has attunement properties.
oh, all right. I'll go up to it and I try to.
As you touch it,
Yeah.
you watch as the belt begins to shrink. You see it's a large waist girdle with 2 straps that go crossway over the chest and down the back. You see runes engraved around the belt. And in the center of the chest, there appears to be this iron gem that's placed within the center of it. Go ahead and add Belt of Giant Strength, Frost, to your inventory.
I thank you for this.
Do you put it on?
I do put it on.
You watch as Fulner puts the straps on, pulls it over, as it shrunk down probably about 700-800%. And as he clicks, you see the Dwemer flash over this belt and shift through his body. You watch as his biceps and his forearm ripple and grow in size. Your strength is now 23.
Wait. What?
There's a lot of things that have to be changed in here, but right. Okay.
You notice that the soothsayer
Oh god. Oh, Volner, I think you're gonna explode. Take it off.
Oh, fucking massive.
Alright, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Right. Let's go kill this bitch.
You notice that the soothsayer makes an appearance, moving forward in front of the king. You will not tell him of his greatest weapon that he may have.
We don't even know if he can wield it.
He is blood of an arm.
Are you speaking of the squall breaker?
Aye, the Squall Breaker.
I've only heard it in mention. I don't know much about it.
Only a Tide Speaker can bring it up from the depths. If you are willing, we can take you.
I'd very much like to try.
I'm confused. What's the plan here? Your arms look like they're about to fall off of your body.
Well,
They're taking you to do something else now? What's happening?
it's obviously these muscles are for wielding such a great weapon.
Alright, and
I'm gonna look back to Taluk a little bit, see what he's doing.
I have a feeling that they might start to get a little angsty if we take too long here. Their mental capacity isn't that great. So he's either gonna forget what he's doing soon, or he's gonna get impatient and say, fuck this, and just eat all of us. So, we should probably figure out what we're doing here.
Tallow?
Yes.
Tallow? I know you're itching for battle.
Yes, we will bathe in the blood of the queen.
I'll love to hear that. You are definitely warm, ready. but soon. Be patient, and you will have all the blood you can handle.
You notice that as you're saying this, one of the other broodlings makes its way up to Talik. And as it speaks to Talik, Talik looks back towards all of you. Yeah, your vessel has been moved.
What do you mean it's been moved?
Broodlings say vessel has been moved by other broodlings. Queen broodlings. We must go to eat them.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go. Let's make haste. Right, Fauna?
Right.
What's that? Rhinebeard watches the whole encounter unfold.
You wish to take Squallbreaker, yes.
Right.
Then I will have my men take you.
Oh my god.
You go with...
See, how important is this Squallbreaker thing? Like,
Well-
is it gonna put a big chunk of time off of time that we don't have?
Squallbreaker is one of the most legendary weapons ever crafted by giant kind.
So it's biased. It might not be that great.
Well, it might also be the key to fucking stomping her, right?
To stomping her? Stomping. Yeah, I guess. I don't care. I just gotta get back to my ship.
Okay, why don't you take Talip and his group, get them in position, find out where exactly the city is, right? I'll go get the Squallbreaker. I'll meet you.
At the ship.
We'll meet up at the ship. Right, I could find the ship. It hasn't moved, so
They
sure.
just said it moved.
It has moved. Well, I'll meet you at the moving ship.
Fine. Yeah, fine. All right. You know what? Actually, Talik, do you mind if you leave your one guy back with Fauna so he can escort him? You guys have like some weird echo location thing going on because you know where the ship is.
We feel the deep one.
Great. So can he hang back with Fauna then help him find the ship?
Yes, that moves over, looks at Falner.
Don't show weakness. He will eat you.
I follow you.
What's your name?
Remo.
Remo?
Remo.
Remo. Well, Remo. Stick close. Mind the
He moves
muscles.
closer to you.
Right.
Remo, please don't eat my friend, alright? Just bring him back in one piece, preferably.
No eating.
I know he looks nice and beefy, but I need him. Alright, Talik, let's go.
Follows after you. Falner,
Yeah,
do you go?
I sure do.
All right. You notice that one of the giants ends up escorting you as this Remo broodling follows you. You trek for quite a while, going through these twisting turns and bends within inside this great beast, entering into these large, visceral-like caverns and strange tunnels and breaches within the muscle fibers and tissues and even some of the bones. See where part of rib cages have been hollowed out and used as transportation roads. The marrow oozing and bleeding out. You see signs of injury, infection, damage. Some of it looks really old, some of it looks really fresh. You are starting to get the idea that something very close to the giant camp has been harvesting it for some time now.
So it would appear that they have been harvesting this.
Does appear so. You notice the giant stops and looks back towards you. It's the same giant that actually escorted you to the village.
Clan Wildheart,
Aye.
Clan Reefgar,
Well met.
you really think you can bring Squallbreaker back?
I do. If anything that's happened today holds any weight, then I must, right?
Aye.
If not, then I don't know.
I have heard tales of this sword, of this blade. The legends behind it. I've often wondered why our great king does not wield it.
Is he a tide speaker?
No. But the soothsayer is she is my grandmother. And she tells me tales that do not make sense to the king. Tell me tales of another name. Tales of a weapon forged in Kroheim. But perhaps they are just stories.
What?
You notice as you're walking, that Remo keeps like getting so close that he just bumps into you.
Remo, you don't have to be so close. Just don't get lost.
Remo not lost.
Very good.
Remo close to you.
Yeah. How about a 5-foot berth from me?
5 feet.
Berth, yeah, right behind me. But not so much that you're touching me.
Remo does not have 5 feet. Remo has 4 feet.
Right. 4 feet from me, then.
Yes.
Right.
Notice that Reefgar looks back towards you.
Broodlings, very dumb.
Well, they just don't need math, I don't think. But listen. All right. Remo, stay right there. Then I take. Now I move 5 feet from him. This is a distance. I want you to stay. You're not too far from me, but you're also not right on me. You know.
Yes.
Right. Don't get lost.
Yes.
Right, we continue walking.
All right. And you continue walking. Reefgar and you continue to walk. And some time passes. Reefgar going over basically the time here. His experience of living within this great beast. And after probably about 20 minutes goes by, you start to realize that you haven't been hearing that clicking. You stop, you look back around you, and you realize that Remo is not there.
All right. I think I lost me escort, so that's fun.
Oh no, you did not lose him. He's still standing where you told him that was the distance. Broodlings, very literal, dumb creatures.
Okay.
He will not get lost, though, as you told him.
Okay.
We can travel back to get him if you need, but we are closer to the Squallbreaker.
Right, let's get it and then go back this way and pick him
Yes.
up.
Hopefully he is not eaten by one of the worms.
So what?
Yes, the massive worms that live within this beast.
How far away? How far away are we from him? Would you say?
From who?
From my escort.
It was some time ago. It would take 20 minutes. As long as he does not move, they will not sense his vibrations.
All right. Fuck. Right, we're on a time crunch, so let's try to hurry, get to the school.
Takes you probably about another 5 minutes. Eventually, you enter into what looks like a chamber with a large pool of what looks like water, except the water is actually evaporating consistently. You see steam rising off this water. On the sides of the walls, you see what look like water ports, almost portholes, but the walls are flesh. And there's water pouring into this pool, and the water keeps refilling as it evaporates. It's not evaporating on a visible level, but you would imagine that that's why this room is not filling up. It's very humid in here. The air is thick. It is hard to breathe. As you get closer to the water, you realize it's not just steaming, it's boiling.
Squall Breaker is in there.
All right. So let's try this. I pull out the conch shell. Does just having it in my hand, does it have any type of effect on anything?
No?
Fucking hell. Alright. Alright. I will. Can I see how deep it is?
Well, from the amount of steam that's rising off of it and the shoreline, you cannot even see beneath the surface of the water.
Alright. I'll try to play it then. Blow into it.
You blow into it?
Yeah. In fact, I'll try to play that song I learned in that book.
Okay. As you begin to blow, you watch the steam spread off the waves, and you watch as the water begins to shake and geysers begin to rise and move and swell. You see Reefguard take a step back as the flood of water begins to raise up as it drops. You watch as the water level almost disappears. Inside the center, you watch as a single geyser begins to rise up. And out of the water, out of the depths, you see a handle beginning to rise. Beneath it, as soon as you see the blade, it is bathed in red, hot steel as the water begins to evaporate and drip off of it. Eventually, you see the water begin to dissipate and completely disappear from this chamber. The only thing remaining is this single sword. Appears to be hovering just off the ground, still smoking and steaming with the water dripping, boiling off of it.
So it's still in the middle of the...
Yes, you still see it in the middle, and it is now hovering there. It appears to be a massive weapon.
Oh.
How could you touch such a weapon?
I don't I'm not sure. I'm hoping it also shrinks if I touch it. So I'm going to. It's still crazy hot in there.
It's humid. It's thick fog. The only reason why you can even see the sword is because of its red hot steel embering in the mist.
Like to put my hand out, does it feel over the water? Does it feel crazy?
There's no water anymore.
Oh, no water. So I can walk
can
out.
walk toward it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'll do that. Slowly at first, and then
You take your first step down into this dried out, scabbed like flesh as the heat from the water has literally boiled and charred the meat. You begin to walk, stepping at each crunchy, squishy step. You finally get face to face to this weapon, and you can see the ancient runic marks placed within the blood groove of this greatsword. There's currently 4 runes inserted. You can see that there are 6 slots still empty.
study it for a minute. And I'll reach out and try to grab the handle.
You reach out as your hand wraps around it. Your fist tightens. You feel the blade beginning to shrink, just like the belt. Smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Till that great sword, only about 4.5, 5 feet tall. Just bigger than you. It stops at its final size. And you lift it up with 2 hands and hold it. Now you can read the runes. Now that you have it close enough to your eyes and see it. But it does not say Squallbreaker. It says Scarbreaker. You remember reading something about that in the book. But it was irrelevant at the time and you skipped over it.
Well, I start carrying it back, still studying the runes.
As you do, you watch as the runes do a quick flash. You see that dwemer of magic flash through the weapon, and you realize that it has been attuned to you.
I'll give it a couple swings, because now I've got huge muscles.
It moves easily for you. As you do, it even sounds like it just slices through the air.
This is a very fine blade. But this isn't Squallbreaker. Or at least these runes say it's something called Skullbreaker.
The stories of my grandmother. She said that the blade was called Scarbreaker.
What can you tell me about it? And let's walk back as we're talking.
Of course.
As he turns, begins to talk.
My grandmother would tell me stories as a boy of a weapon that was forged for Heartkiller. But giants got the ordning. Some of the giants did not believe that Heartkiller was worthy of the weapon. The legend goes that the weapon was stolen. Heart Killer spent his entire life looking for the weapon that he never wielded.
And did the sea giants come down here before the ordning?
I believe so.
So it's safe to say you are not part of the ordning dome. Well, I did wonder after I met you all, where would you fit in the ordning if you were to fit at all?
King Rhinebeard says that we are supposed to be above frost but below fire.
And do you like the ordning?
I have never met another giant kind besides yourself.
Well, maybe we can quicken our pace and pick up Remo a little bit faster before he gets eaten. But I hope to fulfill whatever your people need.
I just want my people to be safe.
Yeah. It's fair. And then, well, I'll just keep on walking.
Two of you continue to walk until you finally meet back with Remo. As soon as you arrive, Remo is standing there, completely still.
Oh, Remo?
I did not get lost.
Are you sure that? Alright. I want you to follow me now.
I will follow.
That's good. In fact, once we get back up there, I'll follow you.
How can you follow me following you?
No. You're gonna lead me to Captain Jezebel in Tarlock.
The ship?
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
I can do that.
Good. Good.
And he begins to skitter off. You follow? Mm-hmm. After a short period of time later, and as Jez, you make your way back to the ship, you realize that the rest of your crew has also made their way back to the ship as well. So you arrive and you actually see Kaz, Mox, the rest of the crew, and Lavende all waiting on top of the ship.
Before I board it, I'm gonna just run up to it and just stroke it lovingly, give it a little kiss, and I'm gonna board.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, Kaz, other people, what the fuck happened to you?
A lot happened to me.
What's wrong with your face?
Apparently nothing. I guess this is what they really look like.
What happened?
It is kind of hard to explain. Did you find Volner? Is Volner okay?
I'm more concerned with this. He's fine, yeah. He also, don't be alarmed when he gets here. His arms are pretty beefy now. Some stuff went down. He's wearing like a weird belt that made him all muscular, and now he's got a big ego.
He probably still thinks I'm a mushroom.
He might. What? Wait. Were you a mushroom also at one point?
Did he not tell you?
Okay.
Barry, is just sitting over here, is like, all right, I was just starting to understand this, and now you're telling me you were a mushroom before.
Wait. How long were you on the ship by yourself? Did
Well,
you get into
I
Kaz's
was-
drugs again?
No. It is nothing like that. I promise.
What kind of fucking drugs do you have?
Okay, so I
don't have
okay.
magic potions.
Hold on. So I turned into a mushroom. Don't know why. A lot of stuff has happened to me. I went back to the
As
Feywild.
Claudia goes, no, you know why? You literally have something going on with the Demon Lord.
Well, yeah, there's that, but I didn't think that would turn into an actual mushroom. That happened.
Well,
I'm surprised that.
Did you read the book I told you to read?
The one that I got from the place?
The one that has about the demon lords.
Yeah, there wasn't really a lot in there. It was really short. When just told me about it.
Well,
All right. Maybe we can come back to this some other time and figure out the game plan here. Falner is running about in the Leviathan's asshole. I don't know, looking for a sword or something.
Yeah.
So
Marigold kind of goes, yeah, I'll see how he's doing. Let's see here. As he strums his instrument as he does. Falner, can you hear me? You hear Marigold's voice. Falner, can you hear me?
Kind of.
We're all back on the ship, waiting for you to arrive. This is Marigold, by the way. Please hurry.
Right, I'm on my way.
He says he's on his way.
all right. Well, at least I know he's not dead. Then the plan was for him to meet us here. Oh, everyone, this is Talik, by the way. If you didn't formally meet him before.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, he does that a lot. So saying hello.
Taku raises his hand. As Taku's raising his hand, Bruka pulls his arm down. It's not food.
Okay. Does it look like we're alone?
Yeah, besides for Talik that's watching you.
Okay. So let's handle the situation at hand, shall we?
We can try.
Mox speaks up. Yeah, we need to go kill a fucking demon.
Okay, yes.
Let's keep down on the DL. That means the down low. So
Mox, what's down low?
let's keep our voices down low. How about that? Talik and his buddies are all on board with us, if you catch my drift. And they have this weird way of, like, some sort of echolocation thing. I don't know. They might be able to hear what we're talking about somehow.
You notice that Claudia pops up. Actually, I don't think that's what it
I
is.
hate it when they start sentences like that.
And Sky moves over.
Actually. Go ahead, sorry.
Yes, actually, sorry. I mean, sorry, actually. Oh, I keep
No,
doing
it's
this.
fine. It's fine. I'm sorry. Continue.
So Claudia and I were trying to do some thinking, and we realized that we think that maybe they work similar to mind flayers, and that they have a hive mind.
Oh. What brought you to that conclusion?
Well, they seem to be able to understand each other without making noises. The noises.
They make lots of noises.
Yes.
Specifically these ones. And screaming.
Yeah. We
Do you
think,
want Talik?
I think that might be just a. You notice that Talik looks at you.
The scream. Yeah, that stuff. Yeah, that's all he does. He just won't shut up.
Yes, we actually. We're not quite sure, but we actually don't think that's communication.
Why would they do it then?
I'm
Nervous tick?
not sure what it is, but they.
Alright, well, Talik and some of his buddies are on board with us and the plan that I have going on right now. And I don't think the other, like, half of the 1,000 are on the same.
Claudia raises her hand again. Captain, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the hive mind thing means that if we are correct, then we shouldn't.
I'm not saying specifics, but even if that's true, he already knows what's going on. I already said a few choice words to him, so...
Okay, so how about we go talk in your room?
Talik, why don't you, go to the end of the ship right there and stare off into the distance for me?
For food?
Yes.
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 For food.
Amazing.
Okay, so let's rendezvous in your room.
I like the way that sounds.
As soon as you guys do that, everyone hears this. I don't know if this is a weird time to bring this up or not. You guys notice that out of the back of Lavine's pouch, you guys watch about probably about a 2.5 foot tall rat, much larger than what Francis actually was. He hops down bipedal. He has long elf-like ears and big eyebrows.
What the fuck?
He has still a rat-like face. Yeah.
Ah, God!
Oh, whoa. My name's Francis.
Talik, eat it! Eat it.
Talon turns around.
Don't, whoa, no! I'm gonna jump in front. No. No.
The fuck is that? Oh, Dalek pulls.
As he's fighting with that.
Go off, you crap!
Oh, you don't call him that. Don't call him that. Don't make him mad.
Hold on.
All right, Dalek, cease. Stop. Pause. Just like that.
This isn't right.
Francis, hey, I don't want to get eaten here.
Where did you go?
What the fuck is this?
When I turned into the mushroom, you weren't there. Where did you go?
Oh,
What happened?
I was inside of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Wait, hold on a second. Can you repeat that, please? Hold on.
Lavender, you shouldn't be doing things like that with animals, okay?
I didn't do anything with.
And that's coming
I
from
was
me.
inside the.
Lavender, I didn't realize you were into that.
No. No. What do you mean?
Oh, I was not up his butt. I mean, like, I was inside of him.
So then you saw what happened? Did you see?
I didn't just see it. I became sentient.
Well,
You drank that stuff and now I know things. It's crazy. Lavender, I have to do this. I have to come clean. I'm sorry I ate your poop.
I tried to tell you.
I know now.
I tried to tell you.
I know now why you don't eat poop. It's not good.
All right, I don't want to hear any more of
I
this.
tried to tell you, Francis.
Can we
I tried
stop?
to tell you.
Can we stop?
I told you the good berry would be good.
Okay.
This is enough. I've had enough. Why the fuck does your pet rat look like a mix between an elf and a rat? And
Hey,
why
my
is it
name's
talking?
Francis.
His name is Francis. I told you. His name was. I named him.
Great.
Can you go in your cabin? Can you go in your cabin? And just one thing
With
at a
or
time.
without the rat?
No. You stay outside.
What else did you learn?
Talek, you go over there and you stare at nothing. And Taku, I'm watching you. You do not eat either one of these creatures.
Okay.
No one eats anyone. Get in the cabin.
No one.
Oh wait, I'm going in there with you. But what about Francis?
Get in the cabin.
That dog's gonna eat him.
Everyone starts using.
Francis, go into my room, please. Do you know where the room is, right?
Oh yeah, of course I know where the room's at.
Go to the room.
All right,
Stay away
go
from.
downstairs.
Stay away from.
He's watching. He just runs over the stairs, and starts
I'm
hopping
going
down.
Just let me get in there.
I'm going to walk in.
Alright. Just enough. I'm gonna wait till everybody goes inside the room. As I'm closing the door, I'm looking at the whole entire crew.
I'm going straight to the bar.
No one eat anybody. Just close the door.
And as you close the door, you notice that immediately, like, sky opens. Like, it's just Taku that wants to eat someone, right? Like, it's not anyone else. Like, everyone's like, yeah, it's just Taku. It's just Taku's like,
I haven't eaten a lot. I feel my body wasting away. I need to eat, guys.
Why is there so much going on at once?
You're telling me.
Okay. Okay. So, you have a talking rat now.
And this.
And he's a fake creature.
Yeah,
I'm going to, like,
so's the rat.
my
Him and the
ears.
rat are both fake creatures.
See the ears? Listen
And
to this.
I'm apparently dealing with an ex-former lover of a distant memory that doesn't belong to me.
Right, love that.
So.
Also, Falno's a giant king. So
He's
be
a
ready for
king?
that. He's huge now. And he's also going to, he's like a giant king or something. They're all bowing to him. It was weird.
as this is happening, Fulner, you actually come up to the ship. You notice that Reefgar looks towards you.
I will head back to my people. May Clan Wildheart prosper.
You too, Rivgar.
He turns and walks away. You notice that Remo.
Well done, Remo. I think, why don't you just come up there?
Yes. Follows you up. As you walk up, you see the entire crew just all standing there waiting. As it is creepy the moment you get up on deck because all the heads just kind of look over towards you and no one's saying a word. Everyone's just being quiet, but you can hear screaming going on inside of the cabin's quarter. Barry goes, "Oh, hi. Yeah, there's a meeting going on inside there. I'm staying out here to make sure no one eats anyone. Kaz didn't tell me to do that, but I kind of got that gist. And then, immediately as soon as he says that, Marigold speaks, oh, shut the fuck up, Barry. You're not leading anyone. No one here is going to eat anything except for probably Taku. And you just brought up another fucking snack for him. Good job.
Well, I didn't fucking know any of the situation when I came up
Also, Marigold looks at you, and why are you so fucking swole?
Oh, well, if you notice this, haven't you ever seen me chuck boulders every day?
Yeah, which is
Fondly played
stupid.
off.
It's not even how anyone trains.
Now they should. Now they should.
All right, go in there.
Right, well, fine. I'll go and knock on the door.
I quickly open the door.
Get in here.
Oh,
And you see Falner get yanked into the room.
First thing, I'm going to look at him. Falner, you didn't tell Jezebel about the mushroom thing.
who the fuck are you?
What do you think it is, Falner? It's lavender. I'm not the mushroom anymore.
Well,
And you're... Jezebel wasn't really kidding when she told... Look at him.
Fantastic. I'm glad you found some sort of magical male enhancement.
nah, it was all the boulders I've been throwing.
It was a lie.
It's obviously magic.
No, pretty sure
Why
it
didn't
was all
you...
them boulders.
Why didn't you tell Jez that things happened? She was...
I meant to. There was a lot happened, mate. A lot happened all at once.
No, nothing happened at all.
Do you see me?
It just,
Yes, a lot did happen.
Yeah.
In a very short period of time.
last I saw you, your head was huge, and now your whole body is just
See my
different
fingers? They're longer.
and creepy.
Okay. So I think Jez is done pouring a drink.
It's a big one.
That's a big one. So the facelifts and the enhancement aside, let's deal with the whole entire killing the queen or the king or just both of them.
Oh, so you met both of them?
Well, I met the king,
All right.
and he is telling me that the queen used to be an elf, but I don't know why something happened. She changed into an infernal something. I'm assuming devil of some kind, and she is killing this creature. And the creature itself is a primordial beast, and it has power over the waves. So their theory is she's trying to kill it so that she can have power over the sea.
All right. Well, in turn, the queen said basically about the same thing about the king. He was a coward. He ran away. He stole something, and it was a great weapon from the giants. And he hid in this beast.
I think I might have this great weapon then.
You realize that he has this massive sword that's on his... he's basically just pulled off his back.
Okay. So, I definitely believe the queen is evil.
Right.
She's an elf though? I wasn't here for any of this.
She apparently used to be an elf of some kind.
Dretha. The king's memories, if served correctly, she was a competitor for the throne. Also, a love interest. But that aside, she was trying to manipulate me to try to kill the king. But we shouldn't full-heartedly trust either side completely.
You met her?
Yes, I met her. And, we should be worried. Because these little... I forget what Talak is called, but crab creatures.
Broodlings.
Broodlings. There are bigger versions of them. Much bigger. I mean, huge. And she also has a giant crab in her throne room.
There's all crabs in the supply thing.
Maybe I can talk to
Fucked
them?
up.
Do you think I could talk to them? Are they just like actual? Maybe I could talk to them.
They are about the size of that aboleth we fought.
So, how would you gauge her strength?
Her strength? Well, she's been around since Zeltivado. She's obviously made some sort of infernal pact with something or someone. She must be strong. She spoke of shifting planes and different modes of magical transportation that takes immense arcane power to get into El Zeltivado. She has the knowledge to take this primordial creature and use its magic to, quote her, raise a city from the ocean. Then she's immensely powerful.
What would that do for us, really?
I need to go to Zeltivado, but I'm keeping my self-interest out of this. I'm more concerned about getting out of here alive than the rest of the crew. But what I was saying, we need to be careful of trusting both sides. She was obviously lying to me, but the best way to tell a lie is to sprinkle a little bit of truth in it.
Clearly, whatever the giants did for him, they already gave him something.
Obviously.
Turns out I'm a Tide speaker. So I was able to retrieve this weapon, apparently only a Tide speaker could retrieve. And it, was made specifically for the last king of the giants who never got to wield it. So, they have pretty much declared me king. I know this sounds kind of out there, but I believe there's something to it. I was told. I just know you guys aren't going to really believe me, but here it is. I was told when I was young from my grandfather that I was a descendant of the last king of the giants. And his bloodline, let's just say every generation of giants, they tend to get smaller. And he wasn't exactly giant-sized, so they didn't respect him. These giants are giving me a shot if I can stop this queen, then they might even leave this creature, because they were under the assumption that there's a war going on between the giants and the dragons, and they're in hiding.
Alright, so here's what I'm bringing to the table on all this killing the queen things that we're settling on, because regardless if we settle on that or not, I kind of already got Talak and his men to want to rebel and eat her, so...
Can you go ahead and give me an insight check, Full?
So they're pretty dead set on killing her, so...
6.
6. Alright.
And, I guess we're really busy. Since I was gone, that does a lot to really take in from all three of you.
And I'm sorry, that's why I didn't get a chance to tell her about...
If I would have known that.
Yeah, but I'm happy to see you're safe. I hope you're safe. You're much different.
I don't feel any different. Not really. You know, I look different, but
Physically different.
What's his arm look like?
This is one that's normally really spiraled.
Yeah.
The spiral has moved all the way over onto his chest, and it's moved all the way over to the other arm. You're assuming how you watch it disappear beneath the clothing, that it probably is like that all over his body now.
Your fun little tattoo there got bigger, huh?
But to I have sleeves, so I'm gonna
As he pulls it up, you can see, yeah, he has these engraved or these engrooved markings that spiral and branch all throughout his forearm up onto his bicep, and you can see it pretty much everywhere. You can even see him up on his face now too, on his forehead and onto his cheeks and his eyes.
Moltan told me, one of the two people that I really know in the Feywild, or at least who know me, told me it was something called the Failing. I don't know what that means. I just...
Failing?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I think... Was it Max who said that it was?
You guys can give me an intelligence check if you'd like.
Max said that they're only a myth, but clearly I exist.
12.
That's a 14.
17.
Okay, so all three of you are aware what failings are. They are very similar to how we in our real world view leprechauns. We know of them as a folklore, we know of the myth, but they don't exist. If we actually saw one, we would be very surprised. That's essentially what we're looking at with a failing.
But I don't... It is hard to take in because I'm afraid... Because he said I wasn't human. But I remember everything. I know that I'm human, you know? So it's a little bit to take in, you know, and I'm sure it is for you guys as well, but you know, I don't want to be looked at any different.
Yeah, I feel like we have a lot of things that we all need to take in if we get out of here, so we can plan a little rendezvous to take things in, and not in a fun way.
And there's, when we get out of here, if we get out of here, Kaz, there's a little bit I want to talk to you about, but that is for another time. We have more important things to take care of right now.
Yes.
So yeah, I can have Taluk and all 1,000 of his hive mind buddies just eat her.
I don't think that would work.
It will probably take more than that.
How powerful do you think she is?
She has an iron castle in this beast, and I don't know where she got that much iron.
There's a million other things that I don't know where they came from in this thing.
She's also embedded in the heart.
Okay.
Who knows if she has some sort of failsafe? She dies and the beast goes with her.
If it's embedded in the heart, that could be a possibility. How would we even save this thing? Because if she dies and she's in the heart, what happens at that point?
Well,
This is going to take some high level of planning to do, because they definitely have the numbers.
From what this sounds like, it is just her versus everybody else, right?
You know,
So that
that's if
all the Taluk things.
that is if they all turn. And I mean, it sounds like she convinced a good number of them, but
Yeah, but they have that whole hive mind theory. But if that was true, she would know something was up.
true.
well, she also knew about our crew. She also knows about our crew because, well, apparently, someone's making deals with devils.
That sounds like a horrible idea. Who
Your
the fuck would do
deception
that?
check, Jezebel.
Well, I didn't make deals with
22.
Zutmore.
Oh, you,
Everyone go ahead and give me an insight.
now you roll freaking high.
I roll high when it matters.
Yeah,
I have to roll 20 to get this.
Okay, please score.
Ah,
Yeah,
just kidding.
I didn't get it
Okay.
for sure. I got
Continue.
That's fucking weird. No.
even if I
Well,
would have gotten it, I wouldn't.
apparently, the other devils are talking and gossiping, and that's how she got word of it. She is not, by any means, naive or stupid. We have to be very delicate with this. We need to come up with some sort of intricate plan to... Maybe we can find another means of getting out of here. If she was talking about shifting planes and teleportation, maybe she has a makeshift magical gate, an elven gate. Something similar the way I get back and forth between the wizard towers.
How did she hear about us from Wendy? Did she leave here?
She has signs of infernal corruption. She must have either made a pact with a demon or devil, and that's how she knows about us.
Oh, okay.
Someone on the crew has a pact.
I bet it's Twinkle Toes.
Tinsel?
Yeah.
The
Got a
only
real evil
thing,
vibe to him, that one.
if Tinsel was in league with the devil, I would know by now, because he just can't keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, to be fair, though, I mean, does it really matter if someone made a pact with the devil? No one's business, right? No one needs to know that.
Give me another deception check.
Come
Pat.
on! I'm not deceiving.
You're the one who's talking a lot right now.
23.
I'm not gonna roll. I can't even get it.
27.
Continue.
Wait, what?
I got my insight is 9, baby.
You got a what?
I got 27.
Oh, you beat me.
But I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to
I
be
got
like,
21.
even though I got it right, I'm going to be like, you keep your secrets.
Sorry, chat. The DM had to put the cat away.
How's everybody doing today? I can't even see the chat, but I
I
assume
see
it's
the
gonna
chat. I see it. I see you
chat.
guys. I see all of you.
be. Thanks everyone for coming in. We really appreciate
You
it.
said you got 27?
Yeah, but I even if I would have got that first one, I would have said this anyway. I'm just going to let it go.
Okay.
You keep your secrets.
It's like a mind your own business thing, you know? Who cares? Who cares?
Well,
Anyways, well, I mean, it doesn't matter to care about because we have devils and demons gossiping about our crew.
And I have like a demon lord like following.
It got
That's good, right?
no, it got back to an evil queen that lives in the center of a beast.
Assuming she's evil, do we know that for sure? Do we know for sure? Is that a fact? Is that a fact?
I don't know. Whoever decides to put their summer home in the middle of a creature's heart can't be all that bad.
Well, you don't know why she did. It might be a survival thing. You don't know. Anyway, regardless.
Yes, regardless. We have to come up with a plan. Let's just not go in and swing our swords at it.
What do we do?
Fulner, would you go ahead and give me another insight check?
10.
Something about Kaz saying just go in there and swing your sword at it brought your mind right back to Scarbreaker. And it made you remember a passage in the book. You just have to go downstairs and get it out of your stuff. Perhaps it has a key.
Hold that thought right there for a minute, and I'll go running out the door. Down my stuff.
You go down, you grab your book, you head back up to captain's quarters. Now, you flip through the pages. Could you please go on D&D Beyond and add Scarbreaker to your inventory? Once you do, I want you to read the description. Just the top part, not the stats.
Equipment. Manage. You said Scarbreaker.
Well, no, I don't think now's the time to be reading a book.
Well, hold on.
I've got to know a lot of information from books.
You find the page after you flip through.
Right here. What's the name of this sword that I found? Skullbreaker, also known as Scalebreaker, is a legendary weapon of a giant hero Hawkkiller. The very blade he spent his life searching for before his untimely demise. This weapon was forged within the deepest depths of Kalain. In the court of Veramin, the legendary giant smith Vindemir, son of Surt, collected the blood of every giant god, including the Allfather himself. Infused with primal mana, the blood was set ablaze by the breath Bolfurion, son of Tiamat. Each element surged into the divine ichor, ripping the iron from the blood and transforming it into a slag of metal. Vendemir hammered night and day for 10 days. Storms raged and mountains cracked and sundered. Krulheim was plunged into the land of eternal winter as the blades screamed for heat and flame. Finally, as the blade became whole, it was plunged into the heart of Balfurion, quenching the blade. This wicked great sword was the answer to the war with the dragons. It was shortly lost thereafter. Hawkkiller never was able to hold the blade that was forged for him, a weapon for a hero, a warrior, and a king.
What?
Nothing. Nothing.
You look, you came in your pants and you're saying nothing?
Nothing.
Oh my god.
Okay, that was a nice story, Fauna.
Maybe we should go walk in those swinging blades.
What makes you say that?
Well, I have a feeling this thing might be a little bit stronger than we thought.
Okay.
I didn't really think much about the sword.
It's nice that you have the sword, but there's only one of you and the one of the sword. She has an army at her disposal.
What if...
Unless you can somehow sneak past her forces and slit her throat with it.
Can I?
No. You see the size of that thing.
Didn't you cut off a giant head earlier? Where is that?
It's somewhere within the beast. I was going to bring it to the queen as a token of good faith, but apparently she wanted to speak with me because she already knew who we were.
What if you'll bring in the head of the king? You follow? You get me real close.
So you want me to go ahead and just kill the king and...
No, we already have a head.
She knows what the king looks like.
Well, we put something big over it, carry it that way. It will look like a head in like a sack. Like a giant head in a sack.
You know, that head's gonna smell putrid by now, right?
Well, it would have been a long drag from Far Blue.
Far Blue?
It's a giant city.
So I'm over the plan of just saying fuck it to both sides and finding a way out of here, but then we come to the dilemma of we're probably at like the bottom of the ocean right now, and if we just like cut a hole somewhere in the side and try popping out, that won't be a good thing.
Well, there is a chance, hear me out, there's a chance that once we deal with the queen, maybe I can bring us back up with the primordial beast now healthy.
Killing her would make it healthy?
Okay.
Well, it will keep her from killing it if she's stabbing it in its heart. I can't believe that would feel too good.
So I say this. Why don't we head back to your giant friends, convince them to come one last siege against the queen, an all-out attack. We get the broodlings to cause discord within the court, and hopefully that's enough distraction to get the queen isolated and we can slay her. In doing so, it will diminish the giant's forces, so if the king decides to, I don't know, backstab you and take the sword that you have now, that he ran off with.
I don't think he can even touch it.
It doesn't matter. He wanted the sword and he kept it for himself and he hid in the beast. He's a coward and a liar.
Give me another insight check. Give you advantage on this one.
Oh, 15.
Something just kind of struck a chord. Is the king was speaking as though he was around during the time of the Draconic War. that was the case, and how is he still alive? After all, giants are not immortal.
Well,
What was the queen's name again?
Dretha.
Bretha?
Night Song.
I don't know. Not sure if it makes him a coward, but the way he was talking to me, he is insanely old too. Like from when like he was around during the war with the dragons. And that was many centuries ago. He's been alive ever since. The dragons aren't immortal. Only like I would say, well, I mean, you have to be a god to be immortal, really, but.
You're just not thinking of this?
So's the queen. That's what I'm saying. They're both insanely powerful. Let's put them at each other's throats. One last hurrah for both sides, and off the queen. And hope doing so, it weakens the king's forces, or at least him.
I'll also go on over to my bar and act like I'm looking around for something. I'm all out of rum. I'll be back. I'm going downstairs and grab some. Anybody need anything? Want a snack? Anybody want a snack? While I'm down there and grab some out of the little pantry.
Why are you being so weird about this?
I'm at my wit's end right now. All right, I just want to be out of here. I need my drink. I'll be back. I'm going down to the storage area.
You want to give me an insight check?
All right.
Don't you have something that just gives you alcohol all the time?
You realize that she left to get more alcohol, but the bottle on her desk, you can see there's still alcohol in it.
All right. So she left.
Yeah.
Invisibility, I'm gonna
Follow her?
Yep.
Why does this keep happening? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I was gone
In
for
the
this.
middle of a conversation,
So,
you just disappeared.
As soon as they disappear, leaves you two alone. Kaz, could you go ahead and give me a stealth check?
Yep.
And Ches, what are you doing?
That's what I said. I'm going down to where we're storing all of our food and drink
Okay.
on the below deck.
You head down there and you find the food and drink.
Alright. Let's just start casually looking through bottles, what we got going on down there.
Okay.
That is
And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna
17.
Okay.
While I'm doing this, I'm gonna be listening to make sure there's none of the crew's down there.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Does stealth add anything to that?
If you're invisible, it gives you, I believe, advantage on the roll.
Oh, it's advantage?
I think it's advantage, yeah.
That's a 10.
Okay, never mind. That's 30.
Okay. So yeah, there's no one down there.
Alright. I'm going to just kind of stare into one of the bottles and just be like, alright, if you're listening, I need to talk to you. There's some shit going down right now and I need some information if you're not too busy. I start tinking on the glass really hard.
You watch as the glass begins to ice up, and as it ices and covers in frost, you see the silhouette or a reflection of Levistus' face appear within the bottle.
Jazz, I am not a jester. You cannot call me on demand.
I never do this, alright? I'm desperate.
All right.
I'm assuming I don't need to tell you my situation right now because you're all talking down there and word's getting around to this night song, Bretha.
Yes. I know the name.
Alright, I need to take her out. I'm sure you're not gonna be opposed to it. So, do you have any information for me that'd be useful?
Give me some time. If I'm going to get dirt on her, I'm going to need to give something up.
That's unfortunate.
Would you have something for me to give? A soul, perhaps?
Right now.
You have a lot of crew members really starting to pile up.
Does it have to be crew member? Or can it be like there's some really annoying crowd people in this thing? There's lots of
I
them.
don't care. Just give me a little bit of energy, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Alright. Fine. See you later, I guess.
Watch the ice disappear.
I'm gonna like smack the bottle off the shelf.
Breaks on the floor.
Asshole.
Give me a perception check.
What is 18.
You watch as the bottle hits the glass breaks on the floor. You watch as the fluid in it spreads out, and you actually watch as the fluid hits what looks like two invisible poles. You actually watch the liquid split around it and move.
I'm summoning my hexblade right away and pointing it in that direction.
Drop invisibility.
I'll lower my good boots too.
Oh, I should have figured it was you.
Yes, I should have figured it was you.
I hope so. You followed me.
Now, who was that alluring voice?
I don't think I'm obliged to tell you who that alluring voice is. There are some things I like to keep to myself.
Well, it was rather devilish.
Well done.
Anywho's, so, whoever your friend is, it sounds like they're going to help us.
Hopefully, that's the plan.
Don't worry, Jezebel. I won't tell anybody. If there's anybody on the ship who can keep secrets, it's Cass.
And with that, we go to another scene. Inside Blood Iron Keep, Dretha sitting on top of that crabbed throne, her nails clanking onto the shell. She steps up, gets off the crab, see her moving her way over towards a chamber to the right. This long draping banner, this ancient emblem of swords and suns, long faded from a time long ago. As you hear the sound of clicking and snapping, come running into the room.
Revolution! Revolution!
As it charges towards the queen,
Your flesh will be mine!
and moves towards her as she... her hand glows with this fiery red beam as she just incinerates this crab into a blackened crisp. She walks over to the smoldering broodling and snaps off a arm. Uses her claw and cracks it open. She continues towards that doorway. She walks into a room. This large circular chamber in the center, a pedestal rises up in the middle of the room. A glass egg in the center. She moves towards it. Her hand begins to move over the glass egg, her claws running along. As her fingers scrape off the egg, a vision begins to emerge within inside the glass egg. Another very beautiful woman wearing a long gown, dress, comes forward. Her eyes open up, that same amber-like burning in her eyes. Ah, Dretha. Good news, I hope. Please tell me you've dealt with Rhinebeard at last. No, not yet. But soon I will. I'm getting very tired of this runaround, Dretha. We had a deal, and you are not holding your part. I want the weapon. Return it to me. I will. I do not care about your Zeltivado. And if I must, I will take every ounce of your life back. Yes. I will have my broodlings deal with them. There's just one slight problem. They, interlopers, strangers have arrived. The one that has dealings with Levistus that you've told me about. Yes? What of them? One of them has acquired the sword. What do you mean? Acquired? They have retrieved it from wherever Beard was hiding it. You watch as her dress flares up as 5 heads rise, each a different color, draconic head. This is your last chance. Brother, bring me my sword! Yes, Lady Tiamat. And that is where we end tonight's episode.
Oh no, Cookie.
Thank you all for joining us for episode 41, Belly of the Beast, Act 2. So be sure to come by next Sunday as we move
Right
into...
off the bat, Kaz and I are fighting.
we come back for episode 42. And of course, tomorrow will be the kickoff to our Call of Cthulhu short series. It's going to be 6 episodes. Episode 1 is going to be Chilled to the Bone. Spooky. Very spooky. It's going to be very spooky. It's going to be and it's set in the early 2000s, so it's not going to be a 30s setting.
Yes,
There's
which we had a session 0 of that.
We did have a session 0.
YouTube.
It is on YouTube. So if you guys want to catch up on that,
Our YouTube specifically.
be sure to do that. Other than that, there is nothing else besides for just a round of applause to Jaded and the rebranding and the artwork and everything that you did.
Sorry, I wasn't here for a minute.
I absolutely love the rebranding. If you guys noticed that we have taken away the studios, we're now basically under the NearDark Society. And I would just like to formally say, although many of you have been with us for a long time already, but some of you are newer. And I'm sure throughout 2021, more people are going to be joining our society. And it'd be nice to see the NearDark Society continue to grow. So, thank you all. Have a great night. And I have a new catchphrase for this, but it's Latin, and I'm still
dropping this on us right now.
Still learning it. So
Oh.
I haven't gotten the pronunciation right yet.
Oh.
Other than that, thank you all. Have a good night. I'm not saying it.
Okay.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Goodbye.
Oh, wait, I thought you were going to say it. I was like, that's not Latin, that's English.
No, I
I understand Latin now.
Cool.